Hey everybody, this is Kyle from Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. Thank you for joining me on a very impromptu live show that I'm trying for the second time here on our channel Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. If you've never been here before, my name is Kyle. I'm part one of two, the dynamic duo that is Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. My wife Jessica is the other part and the better half. Let's just be honest. She's the reason you all come to this channel. I'm just here to take up space and to attempt to be funny, but it's not that funny. But anyway, before I become more self-deprecating tonight, normally we produce a lot of different content for you guys, a lot of vlogs, a lot of trivia nights. Those are our main things. We do movie reactions and reviews, trailer reactions, topics as they arise, and we have time to do those quizzes, things. We like to do a lot of fun Disney entertainment themed. That's kind of our stick here. One of the things that we thought we could use a different. We used to do a live show on Thursday nights. We switched that to trivia, where we just chat about Disney news and discussion and things of that nature. So we thought we should do that again at some point. So we've been kind of testing out whether or not this is something you all want from our channel. That's why in the title here it says Disney Chat Test. And then I gave us a topic maybe to discuss tonight for just a little bit. I always like to come on for maybe like 30 minutes or more at a time when we do anything live, just because that's usually a good quality show. But we may not stay on that long this time. But I did want to give us something to discuss if we had time to. So that's kind of the idea behind this. Is we're kind of testing out days and times that might work well. With some of the other Disney YouTubers that we know are in the same space that we are. I know Meg from Mickey's Magic is going live right now, and I know that's probably where the majority of people are at this moment. So I know this kind of doesn't coincide well with her time, but really trying to find somewhere where we can kind of fit into a very packed schedule on the Disney YouTube verse. So I would love, as we kind of keep going here tonight, to hear from you, to let me know who's talking. I see a couple of you have already liked this video, so thank you so much for doing that. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you think about us doing this in this format, what you think about us doing a live just Disney chat where we talk about what's just going on in the world of Disney news. And it doesn't have to be anything super formal, but it does need to have some kind of boundaries, and that's kind of why I've given us the topic of the Disney Skyliner tonight, because I wanted to make sure that we did have some boundaries to fall within. But if you're interested in us doing stuff like this, please, let us know, because that's something that we're wanting to provide you for this tonight. And if it's something that fits well in your schedule, Monday nights, 9:15, 9:30. I tried 9:30 last week and we didn't get a lot of draw to it, but doesn't mean we can't do it at that time. And I think honestly, with Mickey's Magic going right now, I think that might work well for those that want to spend some time over there and come over here. But I just came on at 9:15 tonight just to try something different. But any opinions that you have about that, better days, times, things like that, let us know, because we'd be interested in hearing about things like that. And more than likely, we will probably delete this video at the conclusion of this after we let it sit for a little while, just because it's not the highest quality or anything like that what we want to continue on our channel. But we'll see. Maybe I'll keep it up tonight. But yeah, so that's what I have on table to discuss maybe tonight. Again, discuss means I want to hear from you. Mouse Talk, what's going on? He says testing. Why are you not over at Mickey's Magic right now? Why are you not over there hanging out with Meg? I appreciate you hopping over here, don't get me wrong, but that's we were just talking about, I don't know if you heard that part, that I was afraid I'd be kind of competing with Meg at this time right now, but we're just kind of figuring, it's not a test for you, Walt, it's a test for us, trying to figure out where we can fit in with maybe another Disney chat type show. We used to do the chat part of our channel on Thursday nights, but we found that a lot of the people that were there really like trivia, and that's why we switched to trivia over there. So, and I might have some time carved out on Monday nights. That's why I'm kind of playing around with this time period on this night. If this is something that works well for you guys, I'd love to be able to see you two, especially because Melissa's here right now. Good to see you, Melissa. I would love to see you guys here often. So if this is something that works well for you, please let me know. Alex, what is up, my man? Where have you been? It's like you won trivia for the first 6 months and you ghosted us, my friend. Where have you been? You need to come back to trivia. Just because you win one time doesn't mean you have to go away, but good to see you, buddy. I'm glad that you're here. I probably won't go back over what I just said to Walt and everybody else because I think I've kind of covered the bases. This is kind of a trial thing I'm trying to figure out what people like here. Mouse Talk says, are you looking for another night or are you changing nights? No, not changing nights in any way. Trivia nights, Thursday nights, that's set. We love doing that. Even if y'all don't love it, we love it. So I'm serious. Like, we love trivia nights on Thursday nights, and that's what it's going to be. But we're looking to add another live show and trying to work out my schedule, everybody else's schedule, that when you guys have time to view it, if that's what I'm asking, if Monday nights is a good time at 9:15, 9:30 for maybe like a 30-minute ish is the word I like to use, show, just because I do miss getting to talk Disney news and stuff, and I love going to other people's channels and talking over it there, but there's something about me just getting in front of a camera and a microphone, as awkward as it is, and talking with you guys about it. AJC Magic TV's in the house. Thank you for being here. Appreciate this. It's nice to see a lot of our familiar faces popping on here for a random test video of all things. You guys are awesome for doing that. Thank you so much for just taking some time to pop over here, because let's be honest, this is not the best quality setup and everything that I like to have. But if we do continue to do this, it would be mainly just me on the show. So that's something you'd have to consider. If you miss seeing Jessica, it would probably not be her a lot on this different chat night here. So yeah, this is something to consider here. So we can talk more about that as it goes along, but I figured that the whole point of this was to bring us together and to maybe talk about some Disney news and stuff. And I thought a good point of conversation would be the Disney Skyliner and what has happened recently with that. So I think that's a good point to start with tonight, and we can obviously bounce around, but I think that's the frame within will work right now. Jim from More Sunshine Please is here. Everyone say hello to More Sunshine Please. What is going on, my man? Thanks for being here. Wow, this is nice. I really didn't expect this many people to be popping in on a random Monday night where we never do anything live here. So this is awesome. Mouse Talk says the quality of our streams is terrible, but we're getting better. You're not terrible. Good Lord, guys. If the numbers you guys are seeing is an indication, you are not terrible in any way. You guys do a great job. It's always entertaining to be over there. And we have not actually been able to be at a lot of your live stuff lately because of my schedule. I run a podcast network outside of this, and it's just crazy. Are you going to invite guests at all? Hint, hint. Oh, I had not thought about that, Walt. Actually, I had thought about that. I just forgot about it until now. Yeah. If that's something, if Monday nights, 9:15 or 30-ish, is a time that works well for a lot of people, and you want to just talk Disney stuff and have guests, maybe we could talk about it. Let's talk about that. But yeah, I think that's a great idea, though. DJ Explorers is also here. Great to see you as well. Everyone say hello to DJ Explorers. Why am I having a hard time with that tonight? Thank you for being here. Jay Chisel, it says invite me. That's obviously possible as well. This is very interesting here. I'm going to be a guest star. I just give you guys a little bit of pull back the curtain here a little bit. This is my little cousin talking right now. You're not going to be a guest star. You might be a guest one time, but you're not going to be a guest star. I'm just kidding. You're going to be seeing a lot of him, though, in some live, not live, well, maybe live, but we're going to be going on a big family trip to Walt Disney World over Thanksgiving, coming up here very soon. We're super excited about it. So it's going to be some great stuff coming out from that, and hopefully I'll get it out to you a lot quicker than I did our last vlog series coming out right now. All right, but let's this. I'm excited because I didn't expect this many people to pop on here tonight, especially a lot of you great people that we see all the time here. But let's talk about the Disney Skyliner a little bit. And I know that we are. How about this? Is there anyone that's not a fan of the Disney Skyliner in the chat window tonight? Does anybody think it's stupid? It's not great. I think it's one of the best pieces of, obviously, transportation ideas, but infrastructure or just things that Disney World has done in quite some time. And I'm super excited to ride it. Jessica and I will be riding it for the very first time when we go in during Thanksgiving, because we're staying at Pop Century while our family stays at where are y'all staying, Jacob? Where are y'all staying? Old Key West. I really wanted to stay there, but we had some things we had to work out, so we're staying somewhere else. But we're gonna get to ride the Skyliner, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm really intrigued by what I see there. But there's some interesting news that happened this week for the Skyliner, and things that we're gonna talk about here. Alex says, I can't wait for those vlogs in the future. The next vlogs that you'll see are some from my solo trip I took back in March. I know, it's really behind. But then probably turn of the new year, we'll probably be getting into those vlogs. And I'm hoping to have a lot from that we can stretch hopefully the first half of the year. And then I'll take another solo trip, Marchish again, and then we can start doing those ones about that time. And then maybe by that time, Jessica I will hopefully... My goal every year, if we can afford to do so, is to take a trip together, Jessica and I, and me to take a solo research trip. And hopefully maybe meet up with some of you fine folks there, because I gotta be honest, I was super jealous of all of you guys getting to hang out together in Walt Disney World. It was like seeing Jim from More Sunshine there, Walt and Melissa there, Disney Dan there, Jeff Bates there. Like it was I was so jealous. It was awesome. Let's see. Gregory isn't thrilled with it, but Derek likes it. Well, I'm glad that you guys have a very balanced opinion about it. I mean, that's great. That's the thing is I love about discussion shows is I hate when we can't have both sides of something. So share with us in the comment window why Gregory isn't thrilled with it, but why Derek likes it. Because I guess I could see some negatives to it, but I really do. I do think it's one of the better things that Walt Disney World has done in some time, despite the issue. I keep alluding to it. Despite the issue that happened this week. Let's see. AJC says, I still want to ride it when it opens back up. And oh yeah, see that's the thing is I forgot about that it broke down. Hashtag, there's the spoiler, what we're going to talk about. I'm hoping it's going to be available when I go over there. So yeah. Walt says, Kyle, we'll do our best to be here no matter which night it is. Hashtag support. I really do appreciate that. And Jessica and I have to get better about getting on some of y'all's lives a little bit more often. We have just been very swamped. But we really enjoy, we enjoy all the Disney YouTubers, but especially y'all's as well. Y'all do some great stuff over there. Jim says, let me bring his up. I thoroughly enjoyed my Disney experience on the Skyliner. Such great views. See, that's the thing that I'm really excited about is you don't get a lot of places. I mean, you can if you look for them and if you're willing to stop running around in Walt Disney World parks or even the property to just sit back and relax. Some of my best moments have been where Jessica and I stopped running around nonstop and just enjoyed the moment. And I think that one allows you to take in so much of the property. I mean, you can see Epcot, a lot of it, as you're going in. And, I just think it's going to be a great experience. It's going to be one of the, and especially as I've already talked about, I like to take solo trips down there for research. It's going to be great for me to get on there. I can already imagine myself doing a live stream inside one of the buckets as I'm, just by myself up there. And if I get a bucket by myself, I shouldn't say bucket, a gondola, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, Jim, I think the views are to die for from what I've seen thus far. Let's see. Alex says, I enjoyed these discussions last week. Great. I'm glad it's something that you guys definitely want. That's why we're trying to figure this out and see when people can be here, when they'd like to be here, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad. Melissa says, heights are scary, but I'll definitely try it. Now, here's the thing. Will Walt actually get on the Skyliner? Because he wouldn't even... It like took a campaign on YouTube to get him to ride the Tower of Terror. I hate that I wasn't there to witness that for the very first time, because that was hilarious. Let's see. Derek, a fun and unique way to travel from resorts and previously only offered a bus. Gregory, let me pull this one up. Something is going to happen to them. Maybe Gregory was right. That's a great. I mean, something happened. I don't know what. I don't know the details of what happened. I just know people had to be evacuated, had to be shut down. It's still shut down. If anybody wants to fill us in the comments, that would be great. Because I think that would help shed some light on this. Like I said, I have not been up to date. I'm just kind of reacting off of the story, and I just trying to kind of get a grasp on the situation. Let's see. She said we will get on it as long as it doesn't drop. Well, there's a lot of things in Disney World that drop. Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Expedition Everest, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Pirates of the Caribbean, some spoiling rides for people. Was the Great Goofini roller coaster thing. I mean, pretty much everything's got to drop in it, Walt, so you're going to have to drop at some point. I guess it's the degree with which you drop. And that's quite a drop in some areas in the Skyliner. Alex says, by the way, is there trivia this Thursday? Yes. Unless we say otherwise, trivia is this Thursday. And that's another thing, too. Another reason why I thought we might do this on Monday nights is it might coincide well for, especially for those of you that like to be there at trivia as well, for us to make a special announcement about when we... obviously we'll announce that when we're going live. That's we have that posted everywhere. But the theme for the trivia night, we might officially announce that there, and maybe, I don't know, I'm just playing it out here, maybe give some bonus points. I don't know, we'll see. It's one of the things that I thought would work well, is it'd be a great way to announce the trivia night theme, but also to fulfill the need of discussion, Disney discussion stuff that we've been missing for quite some time. So, yes, trivia nights are still on Thursday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We moved up about 15 minutes because Walt and Melissa go on right after us, and we felt like they moved their show a little bit, so we wanted to return the gesture, move ours a little bit, so there's less overlap, and we can send people their way, and then that way there's, we can have people supporting both the channels. It was just it worked out great for both. I feel like, so I hope it's worked out well for them as well. AJC Magic TV, power went out at Riviera, part of the Epcot line. So was it the entire power at Riviera that caused this entire issue? That's interesting. You got to think that there's some kind of circuits there connecting with Riviera, with the Skyliner, that kind of wreaked havoc there and is really causing some issues there. I'd be interested, I love looking at behind the scenes stuff and seeing how things line up, how they work. So I'd love to see the circuits of what shoots power where over in that area, because I would imagine the circuits, and I'm talking completely out of places I have no business to be talking of here, but the way things line up infrastructure wise in that area are completely having to be swapped around and worked with this new Disney Skyliner in that system, because they're used to a certain amount of power being used, and now they've got to power this thing continuously throughout the day. Could be very, very interesting. Melissa's throwing out another thing that drops, Splash Mountain, of course. So how's Walt on Splash Mountain? Is he is it like he anticipates it, just sitting there hunched over in the boat, or is he excited about the drop there? Because to me, that's yes, we're about to go down this thing. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make a funny pose for the picture. I'm running out of funny poses, by the way, for that, and I got to think of some new ones to do. Yeah, let me just tell you this. You're not ready for what's going to happen with me and my family on this Thanksgiving trip for these vlogs. You better be getting excited for these ones because they are going to be hilarious. Jacob, who was here, I don't know if he's still here, he's funny. My other two younger guy cousins, they're funny too. All my cousins, my entire family, my uncle, for crying out loud, he's just going to be hilarious. This is going to be some good stuff there. Some of them are aware they're going to be on camera. I don't think all of them are aware to the extent of how much they're going to be on camera. Melissa says he loves it. I'm the one horrified. Why are you horrified? It's one of the best experience. Like, to me, if I don't get to do Splash Mountain, which, speaking of, that's usually when they go into refurbishment during the holidays. Oh boy, I might miss it. I have to do Splash Mountain at night, especially. I love coming out from inside and then everything's just dark on the outside, but then you go back in. It's just, to me, Splash, like, there are a couple of rides that really, to me, give me the Disney feel. Splash Mountain is one of those. This is weird, I know. Living with the Land in Epcot gives me that feel too. It used to be the Great Movie Ride at Hollywood Studios. I'd say Tower of Terror probably accomplishes that goal for me too now. Probably be Galaxy's Edge now. And then for Animal Kingdom, I'd have to say probably the best Disney feel would be Dinosaur. Just kind of going off the cuff here. Anyway. Like I said, with this kind of experience in the show, we'd have like a framework with the talk when I might bounce everywhere right now. Tower of Terror is the only one he won't do. Such a shame. It's such a great ride. It's an amazing ride. I need to get on that ride with him one time. I will drag him on there. I picture your family like a scene out of National Lampoon's Vacation. That, but worse. We're a lot more family friendly than that family, but plenty of ridiculousness going on with my family on that trip anyway there. So how about this? I would like to ask a question of everybody watching right now. Has your opinion your confidence in the Disney Skyliner been shaken by what has transpired? I think I asked that in a poll on social media, and if I had my phone near me, it's way over there. Is it? It's in my pocket. Wherever it is, I asked a poll, and I think the responses we were getting that for them, originally the poll showed a lot of people had lost confidence, but then as time went on and more people started responding, it showed kind of what I thought would happen. Small percentage, but larger still had faith that this was just one of those hiccups that happen. It's a brand new attraction. So what say you? Have you lost any faith in the Disney Skyliner because of this mishap? And if so, is they going to keep you from getting on it? Because apparently it's going to keep Walt from getting on it because it's up high. I don't think there's going to be too much to worry about. This is just one of the kinks and what's going to be a great experience. Melissa says, yes, it's changed for the better, the worse. Let me know. Alex says, I had a feeling it would probably break down at some point. Well, think about a constantly running ride when a brand new area where they're trying to work the infrastructure, power usage, all that kind of stuff, which apparently this was a power issue all together, and you've got all these different factors running in together, you're bound to run into some issues. I didn't think it'd be something to this extent, but it definitely, I can understand where it would shake some people's confidence, but I for the most part, I mean, if this continues to happen, I think it'd be warranted being worried about it. But for me right now, I think this is just one of those kinks that have to be worked out by the Disney Imagineers. And once they get that rolling, we won't even be talking about, nothing will be as bad as the monorails breaking down and doors flying off of that. And I love the monorails, don't get me wrong. So does anybody out there, how about this? I'll ask another question in the group. Does anybody think that does anybody think they will prefer the Skyliners to the monorails? I think that's a question you can ask. I want to ask it now, but if you ask it to 3, 5 years down the road, I think it becomes a little bit more challenging question, because I think monorail Walt Disney World gives you that incredible feeling. I think that it gives you that Disney feeling. And right now, because Disney Skyliner, so people don't really equate that to Disney, but maybe they will someday in the future. And I think that's why it could be a very challenging question to ask. Which do you prefer, monorail or Disney Skyliner? Which, to take that a step even further, will they one day expand the monorail? Now, we got to get past the kinks of today first of what's going on. But yeah, I think it's worth them expanding it and things like that. So how about this? Anybody have, if you had to pick one area for the Skyliner to be expanded to, where should that be? I would love to hear your opinions on that, because I have some opinions on it as well. I think there's an obvious choice for it not to go to, because there's already a transportation point there, that being the Magic Kingdom. But you could pick that one. It'd be very easy for them to, well, I'm not an engineer, but to line up the with the poles that are already there for the monorail to kind of keep things compact and kind of have the Skyliner going alongside it somewhat, so infrastructure is not kind of everywhere. But I think that one you can kind of push to the side and say, hey, we don't need this one up here right now. I think there's the obvious other direction from where it is currently. Should it go to Disney Springs or should it go to Animal Kingdom? I don't know. I think that's the big question there. Melissa says Animal Kingdom. That was my gut reaction, Melissa. All they have are buses. And I think that's another great point as to why that is. If you think about it now, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Magic Kingdom all have multiple ways to get to the park. Animal Kingdom does not. So I think in that sense, it makes a lot of sense. Now the question is, does it just go to Animal Kingdom, or does it go to the lodge as well? Does it have a little shoot around over to Blizzard Beach and Coronado Springs? I think if you're going to extend it that way, you've got to consider that as well, not just take it to the park. But I do agree, from giving better access to that park, it needs it. And especially, I don't know how many people have been on our channel a lot to hear me ever say this, but I have a vision and a dream. I have a dream for a fifth gate. And there's a little if you look at the Disney World map, there's a pocket of land above Coronado Springs, that area, before you get to the golf courses in Magic Kingdom, where there's just the prime real estate for a fifth gate. What if they made a line that went from Animal Kingdom Lodge, Animal Kingdom proper, Blizzard Beach, Coronado Springs, and that fifth gate? You had the circuit here for what's already there for the Disney Skyliner. Maybe you made one for Disney Springs, that area. Maybe that one connects with something else. But then you made a main hub somewhere kind of in the southern central region of the property, and then that is where you can connect everything there. Now, it's quite a bit of a trip and journey and all that. This is just me imagineering here, just off the cuff here. But we started this framework of the discussion about just the breakdown and our confidence, and now we're already kind of going to the point, hey, what do we do with this next? I think Animal Kingdom makes the most sense, but I think if they want the most people to have, like, you're going to have a lot of people at Disney Springs, and people would like that ability to go from a park to dinner at Disney Springs and things like that. I think that would serve a lot of need, but I think it meets a bigger need by going to Animal Kingdom. Disney Springs is a good idea too, Melissa says. The lodge as well, if it's going to go out to Animal Kingdom. Alex thinks that would be cool, and Melissa says works for me. I think Melissa is kind of on the playing field of, hey, whatever gets me to the parks quicker, more efficiently, and I can get on board with that kind of thinking there. because I agree with you wholeheartedly there. Despite any issues that have happened this week, I hope that your confidence has not been knocked in it, because I'm super excited to try it for the first time. Obviously, we'll have video from it. We'll probably do some live from it as well if we can, for those of you that haven't got a chance to see it yet. And that'll be in November when we try to do that. So, guys, I think this is honestly, I'm really shocked that a lot of you even showed up for this test broadcast that I was doing because it's just interesting. So if this is something, like I've already said a couple thousand times, but I just want to make sure I reiterate, if this is something you all could be here for on a frequent basis, I know everybody's got different schedules and things like that, and it's something you would enjoy. Walt brought up the idea of me having guests on here for discussions and things like that. We can definitely start considering doing this on Monday nights, maybe 9:30 or 9:15 or 9:30, and see if we can kind of get this on a roll and make this a more regular thing. But again, bear with us while we try to figure the logistics out. But the heart of what we're trying to do here is bring back the discussion format, because as much as we love doing our trivia and our vlogs and everything else, we love to just talk about Disney. So that's what we want to bring back to the table here, and we hope it's something that you will enjoy. Alex says he'll be here. Love it, man. You need to be back on trivia. You got to help us beat Daniel. Daniel cannot run away with it this time. Disney Circus Girl, Allie Rose, Pamela, they have been trying their hardest to catch up to him, but we need help. Don't let Daniel win. He's going to watch this now and be like, come on, man. What's the big deal? I just love giving Daniel a hard time. All right, guys, I think I'm going to cut out here. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't, go over to Mickey's Magic channel, and if anybody would like to drop her link there right now to share that over. Also, Pepper Tree Villa, I think, is coming up at about 10 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and cut away here to give you time to prepare for that if you're heading over there, or if you want to catch the last bit of Mickey's Magic. Thank you guys so much for being here. It really means the world that you would take a few minutes of your time just to hang out with me on a whim, on a test broadcast. And yeah, it's just been great. Alex says I'll be there from now on. Yes, there's a Monday night void that needs an eye-to-eye presence. Wow, okay, that's a big statement there. We will, Jim, we will do our best to make it happen, my friend. So just, again, bear with us while we try to figure logistics out, if we can pull this off on the main thing. But if it's something the people want, we will deliver to the people. Melissa says, thanks, Kyle. Have a great night. Thank you as well. AJC Magic TV, thank you to you. Thank you to everybody. Walt, have a great night as well, sir. Until I can't even get my lines right because this is such a shock here. Until we assemble again, may the force be with you, and I'll see you real soon.